Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Super 7 Reaction Plus GI Joe Destro, the weapons supplier, the Arctic version, and I really do like the way this figure looks. I haven't been super impressed with the Reaction Plus GI Joes from Super 7. Hopefully I will be with this one because I like the way it looks. So we have a nice logo across GI Joe. We have Cobra Enemy. We have the wonderful artwork, and it is really nice artwork with Destro and the explosion in the background right there. We get the white border, so it will fit with your original GI Joes, or at least it should if you have some on card. It is a nice card stock, so it's not all flimsy. On the back, they do it right with the original cross-sell look that we're having. And again, it doesn't have to be every figure that's coming out in this wave. You just kind of got to mix and match so you fill it up, rather than like what Classified does where they give you 3. Here we have the file card, and it's a real file card, okay? It's not 5L. Super 7 is an independent toy company, so they're able to do something like this, which is something that Hasbro can't. So if you look right there, you have everything right on it. You can pause it, read it if you're interested. There are no flag points. I know that would be kind of cool. It does have the Hasbro logo because it's licensed by Hasbro. But anyway, let's get into this. I'm excited to get this thing open, get into my O-ring room or the 118th room, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't really matter. But anyway, before we do, if you like this type of stuff, you like when I drop a Super 7 Reaction Plus GI Joe figure, please take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a GI Joe Reaction Plus review. Alright, so here he is out of his plastic prison. See the figure here. And we'll start off with his one accessory. And he has one of the laser pistols from the actual movie. You can see the grip. It does have a little trigger there. There's no port for blast effects, but it shouldn't. Small little iron sight right there. And again, it's a laser pistol, so who knows how realistic it looks. But there you go. Again, you can find other weapons if you don't want them to have guns like this, and I probably don't. So anyway, here is our Arctic Destro. He's kind of skinny. I'll be 100% honest. I was thinking of Destro as a thicker, more muscular build of a figure. Looking at his head here, it does have the eyebrows. It's got some nice green eyes, but you can see the shape of the helmet. Nice and smooth. You got the ears. I guess it doesn't really make a lot of sense when you really think about it, but he does have kind of the wrinkles up there in the eyebrows, or above the eyebrows and the forehead. Nose, mouth. Again, there's not too much to show off there. He's got the nice big collar, painted red, and the paint apps look pretty good, but there is this nice split that, you know, they could have painted all the way down there so it doesn't show up nearly as much. But either way, he's got this jacket, a couple little yellow splotches right there. And I don't mean splotches in bad, there's spots right there. There's kind of like little cuffs. He's got a turtleneck underneath it. 4 little buttons here, as this is going to flip over. As we get to the arms, like I mentioned, very straight. No muscle tone at all. And to me, that shows the lack of definition and sculpt that you're actually putting into these figures. And to me, that is extremely disappointing. We get down to his hands, and he kind of has like what looks like metal hands. Like, again, we know he has a metal mask, but I don't know, and I don't remember if this is from the movie or one of the episodes. But I think black gloves would have worked better if it's not from that. And again, I don't remember. The suit, the buck actually looks pretty good. We get down to the belt. A little belt buckle right there. You do have some nice belt loops, so it does make sense, like this thing is staying on. Then you have this pretty pliable plastic rubber right here. Couple little wrinkles in it, so hopefully he'll be able to maneuver a little bit. We get down to his legs, and again, very skinny legs, just very straight and plain. All right. We got the little wrinkles right there, and big, long boots, a little heel, and then we do have the holes for the peg system, which I guess technically should pop on right like that. All right, as for the articulation, his head can go side to side. Oh, you know what? This is actually, okay, so this is new, and I'm glad they've done this. A little different than what they've done, than what the original Joes were. Like this one here, how he's got the neck right there, and it goes down. Oh, everything just pops right off him. This here, the head looks like it's straight, or the neck looks straight, but he can look down. Kind of like side to side. So, not bad. I don't have a problem with that. As a matter of fact, I'm actually pretty excited and happy about that. We do have the rivets. As you remember, a lot of the original ones had rivets. But you can see there's always some detail on these arms. Even on like the newer versions. So this is kind of disappointing that it's just so skinny. But either way. Ooh, super loose or smooth. I guess it depends on how you look at it. Perfect T-pose. Spins at the shoulders. He has just over a 90-degree elbow bend. And unfortunately, no wrist swivel. This would have been a game changer for them, but they decided not to do it. The O-ring, if you don't know, is a rubber band in the middle. So he can turn side to side. He can kind of shift a little bit. He can do the sit-down pose, and then he gets a 90-degree bend in the knees. That's really all that they have. Almost every O-ring is going to be the same. I did not realize that they did this with the neck. I'm very happy that they did that. We're going to throw his little gun on him. Alright. And so this is how he's going to look. Sorry, there's Snow Serpent with his gun. Now again, if people don't know, they're just like, hey, I don't collect any other O-ring figures. What is it about the wrist? Well, new modern O-rings, most of them have a wrist that swivels, which means you can actually pop off the hand. It allows you, we'll take this here, take this AK-47, maybe the greatest a real American hero weapon they've ever made. And you can actually pose it, and with being able to swivel the wrist, you can get a better posing than, actually this isn't that bad to be 100% honest. This actually isn't that bad, but when the wrist swivels, you can get a little bit better position. Same with pistols and stuff like that. But anyway, that actually looks pretty good. Anyone get an extra one? Actually, I need like 3 extra ones for the 3 other Snow Serpents I have. So, that is the Arctic Destro. I do like the look. I wish they'd put more detail into the arms. This really looks like they're just cutting corners. They got the license. They got the rights to do it. And they don't even try. Just really, just straight. That's disappointing. But other than that, everything else on this figure, I think looks really nice. It'd be nice if they, for the $22 that they're costing now, they gave you maybe a stand. And no, I don't like stands, but O-rings are a little different story. And maybe a couple extra weapons. A couple different accessories, shall I say. But all in all, it is a decent looking figure. Now, you look at the original O-ring and the original O-ring, you can see there's a lot more detail. They are the same height, 3.75. Now, he is standing on his snowshoes, so he's going to be a little bit taller. Not that you can really tell there. So, but all in all, a good figure, a nice addition, something actually different, which I actually like. So, let's wrap this up. All right, there you go. So, there is your Arctic Destro, the GI Joe Super 7 Reaction Plus. I know many of you may not realize I do still collect O-ring stuff. 4-inch, modern 4-inch, different stuff like that. Not as much as the 1/12 scale stuff. But I do like this stuff. And I think this is exactly what Super 7 should be doing. I think they should be doing more detail, especially for the price. I can go on and on and on. I do think that they are overcharging, and I think they know it. But this is what they need to focus on. I don't need another Snake Eyes that's just a cartoon version. I have 100 Snake Eyes already that I could pick up. But I don't have an O-ring version of this guy. I don't have an like let's say an O-ring version of the Cobra Commander, although I don't like the way that looks, so I didn't pick it up. I'll pick up the ones that I like the way they look, and this is one of them. So anyway, if you're interested in it, go find it. I found it at Target. That's where it's at. I think you can still get them on BBTS. There might be a few other places. Not a lot of people are really are selling these, but you can still get them. And if you really want to wait. Target always puts them down. That's normally where I'll try and find them. But I like this one, and it was one that I wanted to get. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. You got my review on this. Before you take off, please take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a Super 7 Reaction Plus GI Joe review. Now you're probably saying, have you done more? Because I really don't know what your feeling is on them. Well, you're in luck, because right up here will be another one, and down here will be like all the 1/18 stuff, all the 1/18 stuff that I've done. Take care.